We start with the 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. First of all, if we refer to our analysis in my last video when the price was here, we mentioned if we get any trade set up for buy, we can take the trade. There was the opportunity to look for trade as a short term. And the another option was to have entry as where it is, which is 0.0074. Okay, because when the price was within here, we mentioned if we want to have entry above the top can be an option, but we mentioned we prefer to put the entry, if you want to have entry above the top, we prefer to put a bit higher. That's why we put at 0.0074, because we mentioned the possibility the price tag and reverse. As we can see the price, if we the our entry was above this, simply right now we were in the trade. Okay, now we want to see what's the next, because the way it's moving is really corrective, whether this is the start of the up move or we can look at this one as a correction. Okay, I don't think we can get really good trade setup from here because we are looking for sharp move. All right, as a if we wants to look for buy. Anyway, again we start with daily chart. We want to see what we have been looking for. We have been looking for this correction, any buy reversal. This is what we have been looking for, and we were more interested, and now we're looking at this part. We want to see how we can trade it. In this case, we move to forward chart. And again, if we refer to our analysis, we mentioned two ways we can look at this one. For those traders, this is the first time they're watching my video. Either we consider it as a three waves structure, and this is the start of the reversal. But if we're looking at a three wave ABC, we need to have a divergence. But if we refer to the indicators, mostly we cannot find the divergence. And the other option is maybe put this one in relative to this for five wave structure before we get the trade reversal. Okay, that's why we mentioned either any of this option. Yeah, I mean, about the possibility of any of this option. Then we mentioned how we can look for trade. We don't need to wait to confirm which option is correct. That's why we mentioned we have been looking for this correction. Any trade setup for buy from here, we will take it. And as we can see, we have the first wave, second, and we can expect this one turn to a third wave. And if we get this flat, any buy from there, we can look for trade. Okay, now the question is whether this is the start of the up move or still we can expect this one turn to a deeper before we get the next move. How we can look for trade. Okay, in this case, we move to 1 hour chart. If we refer to our analysis, we mentioned with the previous, since the price was within this one, we mentioned we can expect the price to retest the previous low. This is what we get. Then we were looking for reversal. The price reversed, but whatever the trade we get was a short-term trade. That's why we mentioned we're looking for the sharp move, reversal with a sharp move, but we didn't get it. No, can we consider this one as a correction? If you want to trade this, either we look for the sharp move flag or having entry. Okay, now we want to see the question is whether we should have entry. I mean, still we maintain what I mean. We keep this entry, which is 0.0074, or we should adjust this one above this. It depends on the traders. It depends how they can manage it. And the reasons we can have entry is in case the price sharply continue from here. Okay, but what I can see here is still we can look for this one as a bigger correction. That means still we can the best things is if this one give us one more drop, because at that times we can look for deeper correction. Any reversal from there we look for trade, because the way it's reversing is doesn't give us really good trade setup unless we see the sum changes. Okay, and right now we cannot conform. Even if there is a continuation as a corrective, we are not going to take the trade. We're looking for the sharp move. That's why we mentioned either we can have entry here or we shift it to this. It depends on how this movement we can get the trade. If we want to have a decent trade, we have to be in front of our computer. But for me, mostly I will consider still we can expect this one to a big correction. That means still I can expect this one turn to a deeper correction if I wanted to look at this three wave structure. Okay, the best thing is if I get one more drop. Then from there, I trade setup, I will look. Even we can look for this one as a flat. All right, internally we have even three wave structure. Anyway, we have been looking for trade for buy, but the way it's moving is really corrective. That's why any trade setup we get, we're looking for the sharp move. And right now, we want to see whether this one can give us any trade setup or still we can expect the price to drop before we get the reversal. Right now, we cannot confirm and we cannot trade it. We have to wait. get the confirmation. Even if the price continue from here, as I mentioned, how we can look for trade. Even if you didn't get the trade, is okay, just leave it, let it go, because we need to see even the price continue from here with the breakout of this, whether we can see the continuation or not. Okay, anyway, we don't have any trade set up, and we just follow the chart. If I see any update, any confirmation, I will share. Thanks.